Hi there, Joshua here from This Is Something. Occasionally, my brother and I think too much, and we'd like to share those thoughts with you. So settle in. This is Deep Thoughts.
Hey guys, Joshua here. Welcome to our first This is Deep Thoughts. Let's get right into it. You know, the divorce rate in this country is about 40%. And, personally, I've seen a lot of my friends over the years, get married and subsequently get divorced. And I've been married for quite a while. And it shows no signs of stopping. You know, every year it seems like my wife and I, our relationship grows stronger and we bond more. And she's my partner and best friend. And it makes you wonder, what is it that we do that makes us successful? And so I have a few thoughts on that, and I want to share them with you. And this is this would be advice I'd dispense to my kids or to a friend. And this would be advice I'd give to anybody that, that's been married, that's going to be married, or is, just has a girlfriend. I feel this is the same advice you would give to somebody who just has a girlfriend. Before I go just dispensing advice and, let me just start by saying when my wife and I got married, we really had no right to get married. We had been living together for about a year, and we had different backgrounds. And our financial situation was really tight, and it caused a lot of fighting. And it mostly was just our different backgrounds, the different way we perceived things and the way we dealt with things, or the way we were raised. It caused a lot of tension. We were fighting a lot, and sometimes pretty awfully. There was a lot, there was a lot of screaming, and I was at the time I was a single parent. My eldest son was kind of seeing that. Other than by the grace of God, really, truthfully, we should never have lasted as long as we have. And it all at some point, at a point after our second child was born, came to a head. We had a massive falling out, and things were said, and people were hurt. And it was a combination of talking to each other and gaining some understanding and really being forgiving of one another. And I would say even especially my wife forgiving me, that we were able to succeed. Now, from that, I learned a lesson. We learned a lesson. And that is this, very simply. Today, we live in a very me-centric society. We live in a society where we are told, take care of yourself. Do things that make you happy. Do things that are right for you, with very little regard to what we should do for other people. And, for our marriage to work, I learned it was about sacrifice. That marriage, ultimately, that having that relationship, having that partner, it means sacrifice. It means giving up those things that, that you want. And so over the last several years, over the last, last 5 years or so, we really focused on giving up. There are things I do for my wife that I don't want to do. There are things I've given up that I didn't want to give up. And vice versa. There are things she does for me that she doesn't really want to do. And there are things I do and there's things that, she gives up for me. And it's this mutual self-sacrificial attitude that has really made us stronger. If I was going to give any advice to anybody, either starting a relationship with a new girlfriend, or going into a new phase of their relationship in proposing, or somebody who's been married for a long time and they're having trouble. It's just this. Relationships aren't about you. It's what you give to that relationship that makes it successful. I don't believe in the notion of love at first sight, and I don't believe in the notion of the one, and I don't believe in that fairy tale idea of a soulmate. Like, oh, there's that one person out there, there's that soulmate for me. A soulmate, my wife is my soulmate, but it's because we worked at becoming soulmates. I don't think there are any, or if any, there are very few people that are immediately soulmates. I think it's something you work at. It's something you build. And so that's my advice. I mean, that's just what that's been my experience, and that's the advice I would dispense to anybody, looking to strengthen a relationship. Build it, nurture it, let it grow, give it love and time and care and sacrifice. Give up our selfish desires for our partner. What comes around goes around. So, having said that, I do want to give a shout out to a very special viewer, a very special sub, and that's my wife, Michelle. I love you. We hope you liked today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment because we enjoy chatting with you.
Also, check us out on Instagram and Facebook at This Is Something. All the links are below. Thanks, and have a beautiful day.